guys, Alex from Upkeep here. Today I'm going to show you how to install a generic ceiling fan into a bedroom room that currently just has a light fixture in it. This is a new build out here in Bastrop, Texas. I've been assigned to install 10 of these beautiful generic Hampton Bay ceiling fans into all the bedrooms and into the living room. I've already installed one in the living room of this house. A lot of new builds nowadays don't include ceiling fans, or you gotta pay a extra fee to have them installed, or you gotta hire someone to install them. So it's best to do it yourself if you can to save some money. These fans go for about $130, $140 range. If you're gonna have an electrician come over and install them, or a handyman, you're gonna look at probably around grand total $300 to have them installed. For 5 ceiling fans, you can do the math. You're looking at almost $1,500 just to install these fans. So if you're able to do it yourself and save yourself some money, all the better. So I'll take you along as we install it.
All right, now first thing we're gonna do obviously is open up the box. I really like the way that they package these fans actually. It sounds funny, but I've had so many fans that I've opened up in the past that I've had a broken blade or light fixture. It's just kind of frustrating. So
come with the pull strings, wire nuts, and then the bolts for the fan blades. So set those off to the side. All of the cap for the light atop the ceiling is the light fixture. I put those off to the side. Put any of the fan blade attachments off to the side. There should be 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one comes with light bulbs, which is kind of nice. Those are for the last. Put that off to the side. Here's the stem and ball that will connect to the bracket once we get that on the ceiling. And then finally, underneath all this junk is the fan motor and the glass decorative light fixtures that we will install again last. So we'll set those off to the side over here. Fan motor. And then obviously, last but not least, our fan blades. So sort them out. What I like to do
is I put the fan blades on to the motor first, and then I attach the cap and the stem and hang it to the bracket so that I'm not reaching around the fan motor to install fan blades up on a ladder. It's not hard to do, but it's just kind of tricky, and it makes you contort your arms in some ways that you don't want to contort. So it's just easier to do it this way, and it'll get you done faster. So here we go.
So let's unwrap what we need here. Use the existing box that came in as a trash can. I was trying to think of the best way to do this as far as time-wise, and I thought what I should do is install all of the make all the fans first and go and get all the brackets and install them, then that would be fastest, but let's go through here and do one at a time for y'all.
So first thing you're going to do and notice is that this does not spin freely. So what they do when they package it is they install these, I don't know exactly what they're called, bumpers to block the fan from spinning while it's in transit or being delivered, which I think is pretty cool. You never know what can happen to these fans. And the added level of protection is just all the better. So take all those off, and you will see that once you got them all off, the fan motor now spins freely. So what we'll do here is we will install these 2 bolts here into the holes. If you can see that right there on the fan motor. Line it up. Don't over tighten it, and make sure that they're snug on there, just like that. Use a flathead screwdriver if you're not very competent with a drill. It's easy to over tighten if you're not experienced enough with a drill driver or drill, and you can cause damage to the fan motor, which is not what you want to do on a brand new fan at all. This is the back of the blade. So if you're thinking of it how it's hanging, it's going to be hanging like this, right? So what you're going to want to do is face that wooden fake part down and line these holes up with the bracket, and then you're just going to screw in those bolts into each of those holes. Again, do not over tighten it, you will break the fan blade. We're going to install these fun little bolts into the fan blade. I like to hand tighten first. Hand tighten first and then slowly drill, or tighten with my drill. I don't, again, if you're not good with a drill or you're not like used to controlling the speed of a drill, use a flathead screwdriver. You'll notice that it might take a little bit more time, but if you are not unsure, it's not worth risking breaking that fan blade. All right, all the fan blades are now on. So what we're gonna do next is we're going to put in the mount, the stem, and the ball. Call it the mount, but call it whatever you like. It's where it hangs onto the bracket. Now what we're gonna do here is slip these wires through here along with the cap, which you mentioned you need to take that bracket out real quick. I do as well. This is what we'll use later to hang from the ceiling. Once we have the fan put together, the ball will come into this bracket here and it can hang like that. You'll notice that how much easier it is to rewire and not have to worry about fan blades installation later on once you're up there. Having it all put together at once is a big advantage, and you'll see why. But this is later on. So let's install this stem now. I like to line up the wires and give yourself about 2.5 inches actually, just to be safe. So I'll hold it right there and then take my electrician pliers and cut right there. Don't splice your wires yet until you are you have this attached. So next thing you're going to do is take the cap, decorative cap here that hides all the wires, slip that through like this. So come around all of the screws and whatnot here once you angle it in, and then you will take out this pin here. You'll pull out the cotter pin out of here and pull this out first, and then you're going to install the stem just like this. Anyway, we're going to stick the pin through the stem and then attach the cotter pin just like that so it holds it, and then hand tighten the screws on the side to keep it tight. I've put in the cotter pin here with this little bolt that pushed through, and then I'm going to hand tighten these. All right, so that's in there now. So now what I'm going to do is install the bracket into the light up there. Has one dedicated light switch right here, obviously. So what you can do later on in the future, if you wanted to, these ceiling fans can go onto a double switch, one for the fan, one for the light. What the builder has installed is in the back there, you can see the red wire, and that is what will control the fan motor once you if you had that double switch. For now, what we'll do is we'll get this bracket in here into the existing holes here, and then you install the blue and the black wire to the hot, white to white, and then green to the solid ground wire here to make all your fan connections. I will connect it
with you guys watching, but then I will bring you back up to see the detailed final look. The bracket looks like installed. Pushed all the wires off to the side through the top there, and then you just connect it into those existing holes. I use the existing bolts that it came with from the previous light fixture that went all the way up and through. And now, I don't believe that this fan came with long enough bolts for the bracket, so that might be something that you need to get on the side. That's the only hiccup I could see happening, outside of someone miswiring or something small. So the thing we're going to do is we're going to splice about an inch off the top of these wires before we hang it. So let me do that really quick. You turn on or put the cap on to cover up the wires like this. Make sure that everything turns on. Just to be sure you miswired something and you don't want to keep taking the cap off, putting the cap back on. So what I like to do at this point is get the actual light assembly itself, and this one is really easy. You're just going to plug this white wire into the white adapter and the black wire into the blue-black adapter. And then your lights will be connected. So that's what I like to do next, just to be sure that you are not having to take things apart after the fact to figure out what the heck, why is my fan not spinning? All right, so the cap is back up there on the bracket with those two bolts screwed in to the side there. And then last thing you're gonna do is install this light fixture into the top here where you connect to these wires. It comes with 3 little screws or bolts, just like this, in the side of each hole, 3 sides. And then you're just gonna take those out. It's a little bit of a pain to mess with all these wires. they don't like to fit in there right the first time, so you kind of have to finagle it, and then once you have the holes lined up, you will put the screw back in there and you'll have the light fixture connected. So let me go ahead and do that really quick. All right, it's back attached now. So the last thing that we have to do, now that it's been tested and everything is reconnected and screwed in, is to put the light fixture decor or whatever you want to call it into here. And this one goes in like that, and then you just twist it and it stays in there. All right, got the pull chains in, all the light fixtures in, everything has been checked as you saw. There's no wobbling in the fan, and everything looks pretty good. I hope this helps you guys. I know it's a little bit hard for me to film and get everything on film. I am a one-man crew. All I have is my phone and my tripod. But I hope this helps you in the future when you go to install a ceiling fan. Highly recommend Hamilton Bay for anyone that's not generally handy around the house. They're very easy to put together. There's no complicated connections, no hidden fan blades. Pretty easy to put together, and they package their fans really well, so you're very likely to not have any damaged pieces and not have to go back to the store to get a new one. So I hope this helps. If you have any other further questions, please put them below in the comments. Like, sub, and anything is appreciated. Again, go out there, save yourself some money, and do it yourself. Upkeep out.